Welcome to another thrilling episode of Tech Trends. Our goal remains to bring you the latest information and trending updates from around the world of technology. On this week's episode, we'll be focusing on the Internet of Things and how it affects you. Before we go into that, let's take a look at some interesting updates from around the world of technology. My name is Chukwemeka Agbata, so sit back, relax, and let's get started after this short break.
You don't have to be everywhere to understand that the world as you know it can change in a split second. But in 30 minutes or less on the world today on Channels Television, get an interesting view on global issues and happenings. Follow up on the stories that matter to you and explore the thoughts and perspectives of analysts who shed more light on them. Because in the end, you really don't have to be everywhere to understand the world you live in, but you can be.
Apart from galvanizing economic diversification and moving Nigeria towards a knowledge-based economy, will also create 50,000 direct employments in its first 5 years. Promoters of the Smart City Innovation Hub project include the Federal Ministry of Communications and Technology, National Information Technology Development Agency, Nigeria Computer Society, and the Association of Telecommunications Companies of Nigeria. The project, located on 48 hectares on the Lekki-Ekpe corridor, is a bold move to bring together technology, government, and society in ways that promotes the culture of innovation and the competitiveness between allied businesses and knowledge-based institutions. On the foreign scene, the fun part of attending the 2015 International Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, besides being in Las Vegas, is the chance to see lots of gadgets. Some of them neat, some weird, and some of them life-changing. In the past, the challenge of finding the coolest stuff was sometimes difficult amid the chaos that is CES. This year, though, chip-making giant Intel has changed all that, showing off the best and brightest of its global Make It Wearable challenge. The contest inspired hundreds of ideas, with the top 9 making it as headliners under the Intel banner at CES. The grand prize winner, a wrist-worn flyable drone by Nixie, has generated lots of interest and was mobbed by the media on Tuesday, January the 7th. Open Bionics, a British company, earned runner-up status. Through the help of 3D printing, it showed off a low-cost robotic prosthetic hand that offers advanced functionality for a fraction of the cost of traditional prosthetics.
These are electromyographical signals. They detect muscle activity, and an amputee, despite having a hand, still has muscles in their forearm that they can flex and extend. So we have 2 channels. If I flex my muscles, the hand will close, extend them and it'll open.
A watch by Block is also an attention grabber. The custom device allows users to personalize their wearable technology by snapping together desired components that make up the band.
What we've done is we've modularized this. We're making the central core, which has the processor and the screen, and then the band will actually have the other links which have the different functions. So for example, you could have an NFC, a heart rate, maybe a SIM card, or an extra battery. All of these functions are going to be easy to use, snap together, and form your watch.
What about a personal GPS device that provides direction through a series of sensors worn around your neck? The Arc Pendant, which understands voice control, does just that with directional or touch feedback. Overall, the advancement of wearable devices, including those that monitor health, fitness, and overall well-being, are among the general themes at this year's CES. Apart from traditional smart bracelets, which could record the movement distance and burned calories, what is highlighted at the show are ones that can offer a more comprehensive body parameters.
This actually can give you the feedback from the motivation. After the activities, you can actually check your body muscle changes and body fat changes, so people can actually know the feedback is positive or negative.
Also displayed at the show are socks equipped with sensors, which could collect statistics of the feet so as to give advice for the user to correct the bad running habits. VisiJax, a lightweight nylon jacket embedded with strategically placed LEDs, also drew attention of the visitors. The LEDs flash when the wearer signals a right or left turn by raising an arm. Still on CES 2015, the race for being the first car maker to offer true autonomous driving just hit the fast lane as Mercedes-Benz unveiled its futuristic F015 concept at the annual Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas.
You can entertain yourself.
Daimler Chief Executive Officer introduced the fuel cell-powered luxury car. The car's arrival on stage drew applause from the standing room as the doors of the car were opened to reveal that it was driving itself. The F015 luxury sedan concept with a spacious cabin and lounge-like seating for four explores new possibilities for self-driving cars that can double as virtual living rooms on wheels. And in keeping with Mercedes' tradition and the concept's luxury in motion theme, the postmodern passenger space is trimmed in walnut veneer, Napa leather, polished aluminium and glass with soft blue LED lighting. Mercedes credits its extended sense sensor system as the intelligence behind the car's autonomous ability. It permanently monitors the road in a 360-degree radius through the use of stereo cameras, radar, and ultrasonic sensors. Finally, on CES 2015, PlayStation 4 sold more than 4.1 million units during this holiday season, and the total sell-through has now reached more than 18.5 million units since its launch.
I'm liking those numbers. I'd say this is a remarkable success for this next generation console, and actually this is exceeding the rate of adoption of any other PlayStation platform.
The numbers showed a solid holiday demand and were a bright spot for a company recovering from a massive cyber attack. The latest sale figures are also a relief for Sony as it grapples with weak sales of smartphones and TVs. The company is heading for its fifth net loss in 6 years. The International CES has grown into the world's largest consumer electronics expo. This year's show has attracted more than 900 exhibitors, along with their products, services, and technologies that make up the Internet of Things, and also attracted more than 150,000 visitors from all over the world last year. In another news, Google Incorporated announced it is stopping sales of its Google Glass product. The Wall Street Journal reported the technology company plans to develop the next version of its controversial computer-linked eyewear. Glass and wearable devices overall amount to a new technology, as smartphones once were, that will likely take time to evolve into a product that clicks with consumers. After an initial burst of enthusiasm, signs that consumers were giving up on glass have been building. Google dubbed the first set of several thousand glass users as explorers, but as the explorers hit the streets, they drew stares and jokes. Some people viewed the device, capable of secret video recording, as an obnoxious privacy intrusion, deriding the once proud explorers as glass holes.
On the Gadget Review segment, China's Xiaomi Incorporation staked its claim to Apple's Incorporation's crown on Thursday, January 15, as the world's third biggest smartphone maker and most valuable tech startup unveiled the flagship Mi Note, its challenger to Apple's iPhone 6 Plus. Chief Executive Li Jun introduced the Mi Note in Beijing with a breakdown of the large-screen phone's technical features, with multiple comparisons to Apple's equivalent. For a model with 16GB of memory, the Mi Note will retail for almost 2/3 less than the iPhone 6 Plus. Just 3 years after Xiaomi sold its first smartphone, a $1.1 billion round of fundraising announced in December valued the firm at $45 billion. The privately held company has risen to become the world's #3 smartphone maker and is challenging Apple and Samsung Electronics Company Limited, as well as domestic rivals such as Huawei Technologies Company Limited. Xiaomi takes effort to play down comparisons with Cupertino, California-based Apple, though it is commonly called the Apple of China. The company sold more than 61 million handsets in 2014, up 227% from a year earlier. In China, the world's biggest smartphone market, overall sales fell 8% according to the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology.